Welcome to my channel, y'all. This has got me so annoyed right now. Police, one suspended and two on administrative leave, pepper spray a 9-year-old child. A 9-year-old child who is telling police she's going to hurt herself and others around her. And the first thing they can think to do is handcuff her, try to force her in the back of a police car, and pepper spray her. You mean to tell me out of 3 adults, 3 grown adults, they would rather pepper spray a 9-year-old than calmly talk to her and try to figure out why she's running away from her home in the first place, why she's screaming for her father, why she's threatening to hurt herself and others around her, and calmly try to be understanding and talk to her and maybe get in the backseat with her? You know, I'm no police officer, but this is the main problem we have in this country is we don't have proper training. We don't even have updated equipment in most of these police stations. We need updated training. If they say they can't afford it, what are they doing with all this evidence they're out here repoing and selling at all these police auctions? Police auctions where they sell all the cars they repo and all the guns and stuff that they can sell. You know what I'm saying? All these, a lot of evidence is sold. Anywho, even with government funds, why are they not training these police officers to deal with children properly? That is ridiculous. You're going to pepper spray a 9-year-old because she screamed at you? Oh my gosh. Here's the video.
From patrol duty stemming from their involvement in the pepper spraying of a 9-year-old girl. 1 has been suspended, 2 are on administrative leave. The incident happened on Avenue B last Friday, and police responded to a call for family trouble involving a stolen car. The 9-year-old girl ran from the house, and that's when her custodial parent told police she might harm herself or others. Well, police caught up with that girl, eventually handcuffed her, and when she refused to get into the patrol car, they pepper sprayed her. Now, the video sparking a protest this afternoon in Rochester. Jack Watson covered the protest from start to finish. He joins us now live from the Public Safety Building with more. Jack.
That early evening, late afternoon protest lasted about 3 hours in the bitter cold after that police-involved pepper spraying of a child. Tonight, protesters demanding fundamental change.
We're here demanding a change from our chief, our mayor, our legislators.
The protest, several dozen strong, moves down North Clinton Avenue. The demonstration reminiscent of the 2020 protests seeking justice in Daniel Prude's police-involved death, this time against Rochester police who pepper sprayed a 9-year-old in police custody.
I was terrified for that little baby. I was hurt. I was heartbroken.
The protest, organized by several groups, including Community Justice Initiative and...
Why are you pepper spraying a 9-year-old who's in handcuffs? Her hands were legit behind her back, like this. You mean to tell me out of 3 grown adults, they couldn't grab her legs and put her legs in the back seat and shut the door? Are you kidding me? That they pepper sprayed that child in the face? That's not a minor, that's not a teenager, that's not an adult, that's a child, a kid who is what, in 3rd grade? I believe 9-year-olds are like, what, in 3rd grade, 4th grade, something like that, 3rd grade? I mean, really? I hope her family sues the mess out of that town, that county, that state, the police station, the governor's office. I hope they sue everybody because that is not right. We have been screaming for years that we need police with proper training, updated equipment. What are they doing with all this money that they seize? All this evidence they seized and they sell at the police auction. Why are they not paying for proper training? That's what I want to know. More body cameras, more mics, more dash cameras. You know how many police are still walking around without body cameras right now? Or they don't have their cameras turned on. Like the last case that we seen where the officer shot the guy at his own garage and he wasn't even doing anything. This has to stop. I don't understand. When is our government, our president, or when are they going to step up and say, this is going to stop today? Don't be a police officer if you cannot handle this. Don't be a police officer if you haven't had proper training to deal with children. This child could be dealing with a mental disorder. This child could be dealing with a family argument. This child could be on medication, could be coming off medication, could have ADHD. The child could have autism. You remember a while back, several years ago, we seen where a police officer almost shot at an autistic boy because the autistic boy could not be verbal and couldn't speak back to the officer and couldn't put his hands, away. He couldn't understand. And that officer pulled a gun on him. When are we going to get proper training? This is 2021. A 9-year-old pepper sprayed while she's in handcuffs. Handcuffed behind her back, I mind you. What is she going to do? Some kind of magic trick to hurt these officers? No. She's handcuffed behind her back. She has no way to hurt anyone. All those 3 officers had to do was grab her legs, slide them in. What did they do? You better get in the car. You better put your legs in the car. Oh, and they stand over her, intimidate her with all their, their big, statue and stuff. You don't do that with a child. Especially if the child is dealing with an issue, like they're upset. They're angry, they're crying, they're emotional. If that child is emotional, you need to sit down with that child and say, okay, let's talk. What's going on? Can you tell me? Do you feel comfortable sitting in my car talking to me about what's going on? Or do you want to stand out here and talk about it? And if she yells and screams, she yells and screams. Oh, well. I just can't wrap my mind around this right now, that we still live in a country that is assaulting our children. Our system is already failing our kids so horribly as it is, allowing social services and CPS to leave children in neglectful homes and abusive homes, meanwhile removing them from good homes. It's just such a crappy, crooked system, and it's all about who you know or how much money you have. You can get away with so much if you have money. But these families are suffering. I hope that excuse me, my Tourette's. I hope that this little girl is doing okay, and I send her the best wishes and all the love that I have. I hope that everybody in that community and around the world stands up for that little girl and her family. I hope her family sues. They have the right to sue. That was not proper police training right there. It was not. I've seen police officers with adults, and these adults would kick at them, spit at them, pull their hair, jump at them, headbutt them, and they still wouldn't pepper spray them. Why are you pepper spraying a 9-year-old? This kid can barely read. They're in the 3rd or 4th grade again. You have no business pepper spraying a 9-year-old. And 3 adults, you mean to tell me 1 suspended, 2 are on administrative leave, so what does that mean? They're getting paid to sit at home on the tax dollars dime, basically? And y'all wonder why we're so mad out here. Y'all wonder why we're protesting out here. This is why. Because of crap like this. Share your thoughts in the comments. I mean, we're going to keep up with this story, and hopefully something is done about it. I'm just in shock right now. I just can't believe that. I can believe it because it's happened, but it's just so disgusting to still see happen. Thanks for watching.